Pre-recorded from Sylvania, Ohio. This is That's a Wrap Movie Reviews with Michael, Corey, Matt, and Cole. Here they are now. In one corner, we have Diane Keaton with Untraceable. In the other corner, we have Jigsaw with
Oh yes, there will be blood.
Just kidding, you guys. It's not There Will Be Blood. It's Untraceable and Untraceable. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we only saw one movie this week, and it was Untraceable. But before we get to the Untraceable review, let's do some news. Are you guys ready for some news?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Matt. That's Corey and Matt. There's no Cole. Cole is, I don't know. But, I don't know. Maybe Jigsaw has a good answer for where Cole is.
Oh yes, there will be blood.
Alright, Jigsaw, you don't go a little crazy. I mean, it's cool. No one will care.
I don't even know what Jigsaw. Whatever. Anyway, let's get to some news. Okay, the new Indiana Jones movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, has officially finished editing, and Spielberg is done with it. John Williams is currently recording the score for that. And new Indiana Jones photos have been released. Hey, Corey, remember that little movie we saw called The Messengers last year?
Oh, yeah, that great movie.
Oh, yeah, that great movie with that
With
humongous
5
cast.
actors.
Yeah. The Messengers is going to be made into a sequel called The Messengers 2. But now it's a prequel. So, that should be pretty interesting. And my favorite television show, The Celebrity Apprentice, has been renewed for a second season, with Donald Trump continuing. So, it should be great.
Michael, you're fired.
You know what, Matt? You know what?
Oh yes, there will be blood.
That's what, Matt. That's what. So, I think it's time, now that we finished news, to move on to a segment called Seen Any Good Movies Lately? But before we get to that, I think it's time to talk about an actor named Heath Ledger, who passed away last week. And he was just a great actor. He was in movies like Brokeback Mountain and The Patriot, and just a very good actor. Heath Ledger, 1979 to 2008, just a great actor. So I think we should do a moment of silence for Heath Ledger. So now let's move on to our next segment called Seen Any Good Movies Lately. Matt, have you seen any good movies lately?
Alright, recently I saw Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe. And it was a good movie. It was about it's based on a true story, and Russell Crowe's a boxer, and everything starts out good. He's got money and stuff, but then the Depression hits, so it's based during the Great Depression. And he's like trying to stick together with him and his family, and trying to get some job and support his family, but they're kind of running on low depression. But then his boxing career starts up again, and it's a good movie. So I'd recommend it. I'd rent it, see it. So that's my recently seen movie, Cinderella Man. Now you, Corey.
Well, I was recommended a movie by my brother. Said it was his top 5, so I thought I'd check it out. It's called Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise. It's a great movie, amazing. I don't know, I just loved it. Can't reveal anything, but it's just about Tom Cruise going through his life, and you'll enjoy it. Yeah, that's about it.
Sweet. I picked a movie this week called Moulin Rouge. Last week I was in Mexico, and I saw this movie on their theater there, and it was just an amazing movie. It was a musical. It was with Nicole Kidman and Ian McGregor. It has just some of the most amazing songs, like "Because It Can," "Because It Can," which is just a great musical. I would suggest it to anybody. It came out a couple of years ago. I think it was nominated for Best Picture or something, and it never won it. But it's a very good movie. That is Moulin Rouge! ! So now let's move on.
You can see it because you can.
You know why you can see it? Because you can! That's why you can see it. Anyways, the movies we recommended this week were
Cinderella Man.
Vanilla Sky.
and Moulin Rouge! ! Now let's move on to the Oscars 2008. This week the Oscars nominations were revealed. Matt, why don't you read the best actors that were nominated?
Alright, we got George Clooney and Michael Clayton. We have Tommy Lee Jones in The Valley of Elah. Allah.
Like God.
Alright, and we got Viggo Mortensen from Eastern Promises. Then we have Johnny Depp from Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. And then we have Daniel Day-Lewis
From
from...
what movie was he from, Jigsaw?
Oh, yes. There will be blood.
He was from There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Way to go, Jigsaw!
Yeah, Jigsaw.
And Eye of the Tiger.
And Eye of the Tiger in the background.
Alright, Corey is now going to review Best Actresses.
Read the best actresses.
Oh, yeah.
Get it.
First one is Laura Linney in The Savages. Next, we have Kate Blanchett.
Blanchett?
Blanket? I'm just going to call her
Blanchett.
Blanket. Oh, fine. Blanchett.
She's also in the new
In Elizabeth, The Golden Age. Then we have Marion Cotillard in La Vie en Rose. And then we have Julie Christie from Away from Her. And then lastly, we have Ellen Page in Juno.
I really hope Ellen Page wins. She's just
Yeah.
she was phenomenal in that movie, wasn't she?
I'm going to have to go with Ellen Page, too.
Yeah, for sure. And then let's talk about Best Pictures. The Best Pictures were Michael Clayton with George Clooney, Atonement with Keira Knightley, There Will Be Blood with
Jigsaw has something
Daniel
to say about There Will Be
Day-Lewis.
Blood.
No, we've heard that enough. And we'll do that later at the end of the show. And Juno, and what was that other movie? There Will Be Blood, and I forget, what was it? Let me see this. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank here. There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men. Excuse me. There we go. So now it's time for our review. Matt, why don't you do your review of The Atonement? It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. But first, why don't you do a little plot synopsis of Untraceable, Corey?
Okay, Untraceable. It's basically about this woman. She has a family. Her husband has died. And it's just her mom, and then her daughter. And she's an FBI agent, and there's this weird killer guy who puts the people that he's going to kill on the internet, and so the more viewers that look on the site, the faster the person dies. And so basically they're trying to track the killer. It's a great movie.
Okay. Matt, why don't you start us off with the good, the bad, and the ugly? Let's start off with the good.
Of Untraceable?
Just say the good.
The good thing is the acting was pretty good, I guess. It wasn't bad. It was good, and the storyline was alright, I guess.
So let's give props to Diane Keaton, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey, why don't you say the good?
The good, I like the storyline. Good storyline. Acting was good. Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
The
I
good
have
for
to
me
say-
was Diane Keaton. She did a very good performance as the lead. So that's my good. What now the bad, Matt? The bad.
The bad. It was kind of like disgusting.
I
What?
like that.
Oh,
We
Corey.
like disgusting movies.
Oh, wait.
Saw.
I think I hear Jigsaw.